found my way. I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way. I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, thanks so much for joining. Today I am bringing you another episode of our Drifter series, and as you can see, we are back home from our summer vacation in Sulani, and we are just here with Jayden. She is very energized, but she is also really glad to be back home. She loved Sulani, don't get me wrong, but she, towards the end there, did get very homesick, and so she is really glad to be back at the house. We are just going to go ahead and it looks like dance with Mr. Marcus here. She wants to love on her husband. They have definitely rekindled their romance while they were out in Sulani and are closer than ever. The twins have really gotten their bond closer as well while they were out in Sulani. We knew they were already close to begin with, being that they're twins, but I don't know, something about them being twins and being teenagers now, they are now able to confide in one another, and look at them look at their parents like, oh my god, get a room. The problem is that their room is the same room because this is a one-bedroom house, so even if they were to get a room, guys, I don't think you want to see that. So we are, like I said, back home. Everyone is so glad to be here. We are still on summer vacation due to the fact that it is a week's worth of vacation from school for them. And then they will be back to the grind. So they are just enjoying some time off from school before they have to go back to school. The next birthday that we actually have on the calendar is going to be our twins again. So we have this rest of this week is summer vacation. Then we have one full week here that they will be in school. And then this is their young adult birthday. And then we will be switching over to Gen 2, which will be Drifter 002, and we will be playing in the life of our Adelaide shoes. So guys, we only have probably 2 more episodes left of this series, and then we will no longer be in this Drifter 001 series. We will then be with Adelaide. So that is really, really exciting news for us all. So we are just, like I said, here at the house. Everyone's just grabbing themselves a bite to eat. Jayden's needs are fantabulous. Before she had left the island, she had gone ahead and eaten some tofu dogs that Adelaide had made. And so she is really not in any kind of way of needing anything. It looks like her plants are all in really good shape from where she had left them. So there's not really anything left for her to do. And due to the fact that they're on a holiday, no one has any work or school, so they just get to hang out as a family together. So I may have her just go ahead and do some painting and carrying on like that. They are just really enjoying each other's company and spending time together as a family, and they're talking about Sulani and what their favorite parts were. The children mostly spent their time upstairs in the workout area and in the arcade and just doing things with the workout machines. They didn't really spend a whole lot of time outside. It was almost as if the heat was too much for them. The only one of the family that really spent the majority of the time outside on the beach was Jayden herself. She absolutely loved going outside and digging up things in the sand and drawing things in the sand, and she absolutely loved going for swims. The other ones really mainly like to just spend their time indoors. They watched a lot of television and did a lot of computer time, things that they actually don't have the ability to do here because we don't have a TV or anything like that. Look at these two and how close they are. You've got to love that. Marcus just reached parenting level 6. Well, we love that for you, Marcus. Good on you. And as we know, Adelaide and Jayden are best friends, so they are very, very close, and they're constantly confiding in one another and having lovely conversations. They like to take selfies together and just do things that, you know, make teenage Adelaide quite happy. So I do think I am actually going to go ahead and get her painting and things like that, but it looks like right now she wants to take a selfie. So let's go ahead and let her do that. Like I said, she's got herself a bit of a selfie addiction because of Adelaide now. All right, go ahead and get yourself a selfie. Oh, it's beautiful. All right. And now she wants to take a photo. Okay. She loves the photography. Take a photo of... We'll take a photo of Adelaide. Look at you, Queen. Oh my goodness. She is so cute. We love our Gen 2 heir so much. Look at her ham it up for the camera. Okay, okay. If I can work this camera without going everywhere. One more, Queen, one more. Do you have another pose in you? That one will do. That one will do. All right. I mean, while you're at it, you might as well take a photo of Rebel. We don't want to leave him out. That's not fair. So now we'll get her to take a photo of Rebel here. Look at Marcus. Why are you photobombing him? I mean, that's fine. We'll just take a photo with Marcus in the photograph. Look at him. Look at him like, son. Oh my God. These two are hilarious. Okay. This is not working out like I had planned, but now we have both of the men in the photograph. Oh God. Okay. That's fine. What's a good one? No. Okay. Yeah. That's a good one. Okay. Sometimes things just don't work out as planned in the Gallagher house, but that's fine. All right, let's go ahead and get some things cleaned up here, Jayden. All right, we need to clean up. They are having a sit down with their daughter, and so they're just talking to Adelaide, and they're like, so honey, what is it that you are thinking about doing for your future? And she's like, well, you know, I had thought maybe I might want to go ahead and move and get a place of my own. And they're like, oh really? And she's like, yeah, well, you know, I'm really into, you know, gardening and things of that nature, so I thought maybe I might get my own place and grow up a nice big garden. And Jayden's like, oh really? And she's like, yeah, well, you know, you started out with just a little bitty like plot of land and a small little garden, and you turned out okay. And she's like, yeah, that is a hard life though. And she's like, I think I can do it, Mom. If you can do it, I can do it. And she's like, okay. And so she's just gone in here and she's working on some research and debate, but Jayden is going to fix the plumbing because, as you saw, Rebel was trying to work on it and he wasn't able to fix it, and so she's like, watch out, son, I've got it. So she's just working on the plumbing here while Adelaide is working on some research and debate. And she's struggling a little bit with that, and she's like, you know, maybe college definitely just isn't for me. Like, I just want to skip the whole college thing and just go straight to living life. Like, as soon as school's done, I just want to get myself a place and immediately start foraging the land and growing things, and that's what I want to do with my time. And she's like, okay, well, if that's what you want to do. And she's like, well, I think that is a great plan, Mom, don't you? And she's like, I just think it's going to be a hard life for you, love. And she's like, a little bit of hard work, Mom, never hurt anybody. And she's like, no, but, I mean, Rebel, what do you want to do? And he's like, I don't know what I want to do yet. I haven't really fully decided, but I figured maybe I had the time to kind of figure it out. And she's like, well, you do have the time to figure it out. You don't have to, go ahead and have all of the answers now. I mean, you're only a teenager. And he's like, exactly, I'm only a teenager. I don't have to have all of the answers now. Not like you, sis. You think you have to have all of the answers. And she's like, I just know that I want to have my own place, and I want to have a house with 2 bedrooms and a bath, and I want it to be a big house, and I want to get married. And she's like, I want all of these things for myself. And so Jayden's just talking to Rebel now, and she's like, and what about you? And he's like, honestly, Mom, I don't have those same dreams that she has for gardening and all of that. He's like, I think maybe I might end up possibly going to school or something like that. But he said, I don't know. I like the fitness stuff like Dad likes. So I think maybe I might do something with the fitness end of things. And she's like, well, your dad does fitness as a hobby. He doesn't do fitness as a job. And she's like, but if that's something that you're interested in, you could always do fitness as a job. And he's like, well, I am interested in that, and I probably will look into doing fitness as a job. And she's like, well, I think if that's something that you're interested in, that is exactly what you should do, son. And he's like, really, Mom? And she's like, well, yes, absolutely. You should always do what makes you happy in life. And he's like, oh my gosh, well, if you think that I'd be good at it. And she's like, you will always be good at anything that you put your mind to as long as you put your all into it. And he's like, I really appreciate you saying that. And she's like, well, of course. Marcus has come in, and he's like, what are we talking about? And she's like, well, Rebel's saying that he really likes fitness like you, and he's thinking he might want to do something in his future to deal with fitness. And he's like, oh my God, that makes me so happy. I would love to see you do that, son. I mean, do you know what all you could do with a fitness career? Like, you could do things with sports, or you could do things with bodybuilding. Like, there's so much, the sky's the limit. That would be absolutely amazing if you could do that. You could get a scholarship into university and go into sports. And he's like, oh, wow, Dad, I don't know if I'm that good. And he's like, yeah, we could look into it together as a family and everything. And he's getting all excited. And Adelaide's like, well, I don't know why anybody wasn't this excited when I said that I wanted to do stuff with plants. I told you guys I wanted to have a big house, and I wanted to start it from the ground up from nothing, and I wanted to have a big garden, and I wanted to have a husband, and nobody got all excited and bent out of shape about that. Why are we so excited about a little bit of like sports and sweat? Like, I don't understand. What's the big damn deal? And she's like, honey, it's not that we're not excited. We just know that life is hard. We had to live that life. That's our life. We wanted better for you guys than that. She's like, yeah, but Mom, like, there's nothing wrong with our life. Our life is pretty good. And she's like, yeah, well, our life is pretty good now. But from the beginning, it was really hard. And we want better for you guys than what we had in the beginning. So that's why your dad and I are like, oh, you want to do what? So she's like, but if that is what makes you happy and that's what you want to do in your heart of hearts, then we'll be happy for you as well. And she's like, okay, well, as long as we're, you're happy for both of us and not just for Rebel, then that's all that really matters. And she's like, well, of course we're happy for both of you and not just for Rebel. I mean, we want all of you, both of you, to do whatever it is that your heart desires and makes you happy. And she's like, okay, Mom, thank you. I really appreciate that, because for a minute there, I thought that you were only being supportive of Rebel, and that kind of hurt my feelings. So these two here are now just holding hands, and they're just being all lovey-dovey, and he's like, you handled that really well, dear. And she's like, oh, thank you, baby. So she's just singing to him some love, and they're just being really romantic, and the kids are like, guys, do you always have to be like that? And she's like, look, if you guys are half as lucky in love as I am with your dad, then you have been blessed. So count your lucky stars if you find someone half as great as your dad. And I hope that you find the love that I have with him. And they're like, oh my God. gag me with a spoon already. And she's like, oh, calm down and get off of it. I love your father and we love you guys, and the point that we're trying to make is life is better when you spend it with someone that you care about and you love deeply and that is supportive of you and your dreams. And if you guys are following your dreams and following what makes you happy, you're going to be a success, no matter if that's in love or in a job. So that is the advice that we have for you children. And they're like, okay, Mom, thanks so much for that. She's like, okay. So she is actually going to go ahead and fix up some beef Wellington now because she is feeling quite hungry. And so she's just like, okay, what can I make for supper? Ooh, beef Wellington, that sounds so nice. I'm going to go ahead and make that. And she's like, Mom, I am a vegetarian. And she's like, well, you don't have to eat it. But I'm thinking that sounds really, really good and I'm craving it. And so that's what I'm making for myself. There are leftovers in the fridge that you can eat. And she's like, oh, fine, whatever, Mother. And she's like, not to mention, Adelaide, you know how to cook yourself something if you're absolutely, oh my God, aren't they the cutest thing you've ever seen? Marcus, so sweet. Oh my heavens. Anyhow, what was I saying? Oh yes, she's like, you can cook yourself something. You're old enough now to know how to take care of yourself. And you're self-sufficient. Like, you're a teenager. You're not a toddler anymore. If you get hungry, fix yourself a damn something. Anything. I don't care. A salad, a potato, a tofu dog. The sky's the limit. I'm wanting beef Wellington, so that's what I'm making. She's like, I'm going to bed. Very good. So she's gone to bed, and we're just whipping ourselves up some beef Wellington at 10:30 at night because she's feeling quite hungry. So she's going to have this beef Wellington, and then she'll head herself off to bed as well. But in the meantime, she's just having a little chat with her loving spouse here. And as you can hear, Rebel is in there in the bathroom, practicing in the mirror for some speech or whatnot. And he is just really going at it. Just like, look at him go. He's like, I'm getting my charisma up. I am just really, really, trying to do what needs to be done to pump myself up and get myself to a place where I feel like I have good people skills so that I can win over the university people when I go to talk to them, because Dad's now got me pumped about the fact that I could do this. So I've got to be able to talk to them when it's time for me to go and, win and secure my place on the school and maybe even a team or something of that nature. So he's just like really in there working really hard to pump himself up and get that skill up. So this says sunny aspect, complimented personality. I like their personality. Aww. Cooking memories. Jayden's remembering it takes a lot to make a stew, a pinch of laughter, a scoop of Sims, a dash of love to make it nice. And she's got good company. She appreciates being around someone she adores. She has a deep connection, so she's happy. How fresh from the ingredients in the dish. And a lifestyle spread. So she had a good conversation about the lifestyles, but she's an early bird, so she's not enjoying being up right now. And she's so happy and proud of her children when she looks at them, and she's enjoying living in a small home because they do have a tiny lot, and so they get buffs off of that. So she is feeling very energized, very happy. She's feeling a very proud moment over her children right now, which so she should. They both have goals for their future and dreams that they want to live up to. And as a mother, she is feeling really, really proud of them. And she's like, Marcus, we did it. We did something right. Look at our kids. Like, oh my God, would you believe that we could have come this far? And he's like, I know, honey, we did it. We did it. And she's like, we really did. Like, can you imagine? Like, remember back when we just had this tiny little shack and it was just the two of us and we had ghosts flying around and we were always scared to death, and now we have two teens that are talking university and or building their own house and kind of following in our footsteps, oddly enough, which is so weird. Who would want to follow in our footsteps? And he's like, yeah. She's like, I'm going to go off to bed. So she's going to get some sleep, and I'll catch with you guys in the morning. So it's the next morning, and as you can see, she is up and doing a little bit of a workout. She is just really going to town with those push-ups. She's like, oh yeah, I'm feeling great. This is a beautiful sunny day, and it is great. Today's wonderful. And so she's giving Adelaide a hard time. They're just kind of joshing around with one another, and she's like, la la la, you know, giving her a little bit of mischief, and they're having a little chat. But she's going to come on out here, and I'm going to get her painting because we haven't had her painting in a while. Actually, I don't think she's painted since we've been home from Sulani. So it's time for her to get herself to the easel. So she's just doing a bit of painting here, and she is really enjoying herself. We know that she absolutely loves painting, and so that is what she's currently doing. And she has not picked up a paintbrush in a good bit of time. She has been off work, completely off work, and she has also not picked up a paintbrush the entire time she was in Sulani. So it has probably been 4 or 5 days since she has actually picked up a paintbrush, but she is right back at it again. It's like riding a bicycle. So she isn't even missing a beat. She's just going at it hard. The rest of the family is, well, it looks like Marcus is working out. Rebel is sleeping, and Adelaide is just having a little chat with Marcus as he works out. And they are just continuing to discuss the events from last night. And she's talking to him about kind of what it was like when we had started out here on the lot with, barely nothing. And he's like, honestly, Adelaide, the person you need to talk to about that is your mother, because this was her land, and I married her and came here. And Jayden has finished her painting, and she's now just in here trying to have a conversation with her son, and she's just like, you look lovely today. How did you sleep? And he's like, I slept good. And she's like, I sure do love you. And he's like, I love you too, Mom. And she's like, you guys make me so proud. And he's like, oh, that's really sweet. She said, I'm going to go ahead and go outside, and I'm going to light a fire. That way, if you guys decide you want to come out and hang out. And he's like, a fire on this hot day. And she's like, it's never too hot for a campfire. Okay? Never. And he's like, Mom, it is too hot for a campfire. And she's like, not for me. It's not too hot for me. He's like, okay, if you say so. So that's marked off her little goal on her daily summer vacation thing. And now she just needs to go ahead and grill something. So we are going to go ahead and let her just roast a veggie dog. I don't know if that will actually meet that or not. And if it won't, then we will actually purchase them a grill. That way she can meet that goal there. Oh, it doesn't look like it's going to work. No, I don't think so. I mean, she does look like she's having a little bit of fun roasting this veggie dog, but Jayden, honey, I don't think it's going to meet that goal. So why don't we go ahead and just get you a grill, and then you can use the grill, and that will meet that for you. And then you can have 2 things marked off here that you have met your goals for your summer vacation for the day. So we will just go ahead and purchase her a grill. And so let's look at this one. Oh no, that one's not functional. It's just for deco only. Okay, so we won't get that one. Let's get her this one. And then she can go ahead and just yeet that veggie dog away. We don't need that anymore, and we will grill something, and that will meet that little goal there. Go on, just yeet that veggie dog away. We don't want to be cooking that anymore. All right, and just like that, she has met the second one of her goals for her summer vacation for the day, so that is perfect. And she's just cooking up basically a plate of meat, which is Adelaide's worst nightmare. So sorry about that, Adelaide, but clearly your mom has an obsession with all things meat, because honestly, yesterday she made beef Wellington and today she's making sausages and steaks. So there's that. Alright, so she's going to go ahead and take this in the house and then call everyone to a meal. Everyone will be able to eat except for Adelaide, because she is a vegetarian and so she will not touch that plate. But the rest of them can go ahead and grab themselves something to eat. As you can see, Marcus is still doing himself some workout. That's all that man does is workout, workout, workout. Elderly years has not stopped him from wanting to be fit, okay? It just hasn't. If anything, he has just kept it up as much as he had previously. It didn't slow him down, not even a bit. Look at her. She looked at the food like, what the hell is this? Rolled her eyes and just kind of gave her mother the look of, don't you know I'm a vegetarian? I've been a vegetarian my entire life. And she's like, oh, Adelaide, a little bit of this will not kill you. And she's like, Mother, I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat this. Okay, fine, fine. Let me eat my plate and then I'll go make you some baked potatoes. Jeez. And she's like, ugh, whatever. Mother, whatever. I'm just going to sit here and chat with Dad while you eat your food. And she's like, truth be known, Adelaide, you could go out there and make your own baked potatoes. And she's like, no, Mom, I'll let you do it. It tastes better when you cook. And she's like, that's because I've been doing it longer than you and I cook better. And she's like, exactly, which is why you should go and do it. I'll just sit here and have a conversation with Dad. And you can go make the baked potatoes for me because they taste better when you do it. And she's like, oh, Adelaide, fine. So Jayden's going to come out here and cook another meal on the grill because we, in this family, clearly have to make 2 meals instead of 1 because Adelaide is a picky person. With food morals, it would seem. So, there's that. All right. And it looks like she has gotten herself a bit of a sickness. So I'm going to have to go ahead and get them a computer in the house so that I can order her some medicine. So that is going to be the next step here, is getting them that computer. So let's go ahead and do that.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky. I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way. My way. My way. My way. My way. Cause I found my way. My way. My way. My way. My way. I found my way. I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way. I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way. My way. My way. My way. My way. Cause I found my way. My way. My way. My way. My way.
So we are just back in the game here after decorating and getting them that computer, and as you can see, Jayden just took that medication and she is better and medicated, and now she has herself some very energizedness. Like, she's medicated and it kind of got her hyped the hell up. So she's like, ooh, I'm feeling good. So now she's wanting to do some like workout. She's going to stretch here, and she's like, whew. But I think I'm going to have her actually come out here and do another painting while she's got all this energy. So come on out here and we're going to get you to do a large abstract painting. While you've got so much energy, we're going to do one more painting. I know you've got it in you, girl. I know you do. It is a burning hot day out, and it's about Thursday at 2:17. They are just chatting, Rebel and Marcus. They are just going on and on. They have not stopped talking about that college and the sports stuff. They haven't shut up about it since it got brought up. Marcus is freaking pumped. He is like, I can't believe this is the field you want to go in, son. This is so thrilling. It's so exciting. Like, I absolutely love sports. I absolutely love fitness. Once again, she's in here doing research and debate. She's like, if anything, I do want to still, have myself some different traits that I can fall back on, even though, she doesn't think that school is the way she wants to go. She does think that she still needs to broaden her mind. So that's what she's doing. But oh no, it looks like Rebel has caught in himself his mom's cold. But as we know, I can't get him any medication. It says Marcus wants to have pancakes for breakfast. We could probably let that be arranged. I could probably get Jayden to make you some pancakes. So she's making this painting. I have no idea what it is, but it looks kind of cool. So good on you. Yeah. And he's just pumped about this whole sports thing. He's like, I always wanted to go into that field, but my dad told me it wasn't realistic, and so I needed to go into the business field, so that's what I did. He's like, but I'm not going to tell you that if that's what you want to do with your time. Like, I'm thrilled for you. And so he is being very, very supportive of Rebel and Rebel's wants, and I think that's great. Okay, put this in your inventory, love. Put it in your inventory. Beautiful. And so she had gone out for a little jog, it looks like, but now she's back and put this in her inventory, and we are just going to, it looks like she wants to paint again. Okay, great. She is on her freaking roll with the painting. She got a little bit of paint under her fingernails and in her clothes, and she was just like, oh yeah, I've got it again. The painting spirit is upon her. She just absolutely loves to paint, and I think she had forgotten that while she was on holiday. But now that she's home, she's remembering, girl, you done painted that once. You're cheating. I think she's remembering how much she absolutely loves to paint. And this is what she always does, is she just paints back to back to back. No, we don't want to donate anything at this time. Thank you for the offer. And everyone here is just in the bathroom having themselves a little bit of a commune. I don't know what it is about the bathroom. It's like the community place. But Adelaide's like, get the hell out. I've got to go to the washroom. Like, what the hell? This is not the place to sit and just chat. That's what the living room is for. This is the washroom. Everybody comes here to pee. And Jayden's just out here like in her own little world, just painting her freaking heart out. Don't you love it? If I tell you, Jayden, to take this one off, are you going to instantly paint again? And she's like, oh yeah, I am going to get a little workout in. And then what are you going to do? She's like, and then after my workout is done, I'm probably going to paint again, because that is literally what she does. Rebel is in here being a handyman. Here she goes again. Okay. So I do think I am going to go ahead and leave it here with her and her easel. This is what she's wanting to do with her time. But guys, this is pretty much their life now that the kids are teenagers And our next episode will be them aging up probably into young adults. I am probably going to do a time skip. So we will be seeing them age up into young adults and transitioning into our young adult and our Gen 2 and getting that ready for Drifter 002. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I am going to go ahead and leave this one here. And I will see you guys in the next one. But until then, I am going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.